Going back to yesterday, we finally got ourselves back to above average temperatures, and we're going to be like that at least for another day like today. So going back to yesterday, though, we topped out at 63 degrees, so about a good 10 degrees above normal. Our low temperature, though, was slightly below normal at 27 degrees, but still, when you take both numbers together, we actually end up above normal. Like going to the records, 86 degrees back in 1990 and 18 degrees just 2 years ago. Nowhere near those two respective numbers. Sunset already occurring at 8:52 p.m. Now for today, like I previously mentioned, temperatures very similar to what we saw on your Monday, another above average day. After dealing with a good stretch of below average temperatures, we're finally starting to break out of it with 60s once again. Some areas even getting close to 70 degrees. You can see in Iron Mountain at 68 degrees, 61 in Munising, 56 in Escanaba, 64 in Ontonagon. So enjoy this warmth though, because unfortunately it's going to be very temporary. Going into the next 24 to 48 hours, you will begin to see some radical changes in the weather, but also in that mercury. Now going into those winds, you can thank that southeasterly flow for that big warm up today, especially towards the central UP, where the winds were a little bit stronger, between 10 to 15 miles per hour. Going towards Houghton, it was more out of the east at 5 miles per hour. Now going into tomorrow, we will introduce rain through a good portion of the UP, but especially towards the west, where some areas could get up to 3 inches, and that could create some localized flooding, especially along those rivers and streams. So just remember, turn around, don't drown. Now going into your Wednesday night and into your Thursday, the weather gets a little more trickier. Temperatures are going to begin to fall as we allow some cold air coming with the cold front. And there is a chance, especially towards the west, where that rain will begin to switch over into some ice and even into some snow. So big concerns if you are traveling towards the west starting tomorrow night going into your Thursday. You may want to keep that in mind. You may want to hold that off until Friday if you can. Going into your Friday, though, the weather will begin to improve, but it's going to be a brief break, because by the time we get towards your Sunday, another system comes in, and that one will stick around for a while as well. So the setup for your Wednesday will be rain pushing through a good portion of the UP. You can see that mixed precipitation just to the west of our area into eastern Minnesota. Cold air beginning to spill behind it with the cold front, and that's going to gradually push its way towards us as we go into your Thursday. You can see here in the FUTURECAST how it starts off with rain, but just as we make our way towards your Thursday, all pink means mixed precipitation, freezing rain or sleet. Blue indicating snow. When it comes to those snow accumulations, we could get up to 1 to 2 inches. When it comes to the ice, though, we could get up to 1/10 of an inch of ice. And then on top of that, 3 inches of rain. Quite a nasty weather pattern we're going to be in. The only bright side to this whole thing when it comes to the entire month of April is that if you remember a couple weeks ago, we were under a drought. We were starting to build ourselves into a hole, but because of all the recent storms we have had, we're actually climbing ourselves out of that hole, and we're actually on our way to having one of the top 5 wettest Aprils of all time. So that is excellent news that we're actually starting to see a surplus of precipitation after things got a little bit scary at the end of March. Now as we begin to flip the calendar over into the month of May. Going into tonight, though, 41 degrees, showers increasing by sunrise. So you may want to have that rain gear with you for your morning commute and all day tomorrow, especially further west you go. As you make your way towards the eastern UP, though, accumulations could only reach about 1/2 inch of rain. Going into tomorrow, it's just going to be a wet one all around, and temperatures are going to begin to fall gradually towards the western UP. 38 in Ontonagon, 39 in Houghton. Still hanging on to that warmth, though, as the front makes its way through into those 50s in Iron Mountain at 58 to be exact, 54 in Escanaba. Looking at your day planner, sunrise occurring at 6:43 a.m. and it's just going to be rain, rain, go away. And unfortunately, when it comes to going away, it really won't be until Friday, but then it returns on Sunday with another round of mixed precipitation on Monday. So cooler temperatures ahead and just tricky weather as well.